Ladies and gentlemen, we now take you back to a time when Sacramento was a new and bustling town on the western frontier. The area was still recovering from the great floods of 1861 and 62, and the street you're standing on was a busy commercial center filled with people from all over the globe. You could have walked down this very street and heard almost any language in the world being spoken. The year was 1866, and a new reporter was in town writing for the local newspaper. That reporter was Samuel Clemens, better known as Mark Twain.
Thank you. Good evening. Great to be back in Sacramento. I first came here in 1866 on good steamer Antelope. I remember stepping on the wooden dock just across the way on the Sacramento River. Sacramento was a rough and tumble place in those days. In fact, I call this place the city's saloons. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. But even then, Sacramento was a friendly place, and a place that loved to celebrate. Probably all those saloons had something to do with it. The people here had a reputation for kindness. Why, in these very buildings, Sacramento's earliest Christmas celebrations took place, often with travelers thousands of miles away from home and family. One of the places where travelers love to celebrate with locals is in this very building, the Howard House. Yep, the Howard House was a place in which many a homesick traveler would celebrate the season. Not to be outdone, was another popular social gathering place just across the street. The What Cheer House. Yes, the What Cheer House was named for a friendly salutation common in the gold rush. People greeted each other with, "What cheer, partner?" Well, such a friendly place to spend the holidays soon became known as the What Cheer House. The celebrations were legendary. Now we come to the oldest building in Sacramento besides Sutter's Fort. Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention back to this side of the street to the venerable Lady Adams building. Built in 1852, it is the only building to survive that terrible fire of 1854. That fire destroyed most of the city. They say it survived because of how it was built. Well, built to survive the years. Yes, like the fine residents of this fair city, Lady Adams was tough and resilient. It also survived several floods, which were known to dampen the celebration here and there back in the early days. Yes, before the streets were raised along with many of these buildings, flooding was a common happening in the winter months. But through it all, Lady Adams stands proud, ready to celebrate its 159th holiday season. Now let's harken back to a time when this whole area was known for wearing the green. And the railroad hauled in hundreds of cypress trees to decorate for the season. The merchants of this city would bring out their finest goods for the holiday. A feeling of goodwill came over the citizens. One of the lasting traditions to travel across the years, from pioneer days to modern times, the printing of the poem, "The Night Before Christmas." In fact, this poem graced the front page of the very first Christmas Eve edition of the Sacramento Lead, 1857. It has also been a tradition in my home to gather around our great tree and read the poem on Christmas Eve. Children always love to listen and watch as the tree seems to come alive. But now, if you'll indulge me,
"'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Way to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster at midday to objects below. When, what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
Look, it's Santa!
The little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles as coursers they came, and he whistled, shouted, and called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly. Meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. Then in a twinkling, heard on the roof, prancing and pawing, each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his temples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work.
Uh-oh, that sure is a big tree. I'd better try that again. Well, I think it's going to take a lot more Christmas spirit than I can muster by myself to light that big old tree. There sure are a lot of folks down there. Do you think that maybe you all could give old St. Nick a little noise? If I'm going to get that tree lit, I'm going to need each and every person to show me their best holiday cheer. Are you ready? On the count of 3, everyone make a lot of noise and we'll light this tree together. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. That's better. I couldn't have done it without all of your help.
Good job.
And filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight,
Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Now dancers, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen.
and with that, gentle persons, I bid you adieu. Now, enjoy some of my favorite old-time holiday music and experience Sacramento's first shopping district. Also, be sure to keep your eye out for another white-haired gentleman I've been told has been in the area.